Welcome back to another episode of the Steebee Weebee Show. We have a very special guest tonight. Please welcome for the first time on the podcast, actor Tanner Zagarino. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming. I'm so excited for this. Oh, you got to. Yeah, that's you. That's you.
I feel so good. So many stickers, you guys.
Yeah. It's just
a part of the.
It's part of the. We have a small operation here.
The feng shui of.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm mostly excited because you're a fellow wrestler.
That's how we connected. I saw you on Instagram. You following Yanni Diakomahalis.
Yeah.
We graduated the same year. Phenom.
I saw that match, by the way, the Beat the Streets, the kid from Georgia.
Dude, I thought he was better than that guy. That freestyle.
Yeah.
We see the double leg.
Yeah. They both had their legs.
So crazy.
It's kind of like a video game where they had the same skill set.
Yeah, both those guys were very similar wrestlers. That whole you see like a bunch of things are doing new wrestling things. Like there's UFC Fight Pass is doing wrestling matches now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, like I said, we differ in age. When I was coming up in wrestling at Poway, there wasn't so much funk. Like my coach never taught that.
Like passing ankles and whatnot.
Or no, just when someone shoots on you and you're
sprawl.
doing that, you sprawl.
Yeah, you get your fucking legs back, dude.
You sprawl. You put in a whizzer.
Yeah.
And you try to fight it out.
And also and yeah, I came up wrestling at a different time than you, but that shit's still very relevant. A lot of traditionalists. Look at Iowa, man. That's Iowa South. You see people passing legs at Iowa. That doesn't really happen.
I'm a fan of their program.
Yeah,
man.
That's the
way.
way.
The Brands brothers have done an excellent job.
That's the way.
Terry and.
You gotta get them on the pod. That'd be an intense podcast.
Someone like that. No, I'll have to do 100 push-ups before that.
They make you do sprints.
No, yeah.
Oh, this is the Steebee Weebee Show.
So you're from. So let's. I want to get into your career as well, but tell us about your background and how you, as far as how you got into wrestling and then later into acting and all that.
So. Born in Los Angeles, California.
Wow, okay.
Moved to Long Island, New York when I was 5. Wow. So my dad was a wrestler, but he was acting at the time, and then, shit started slowing down. He was like a B-list actor for a while. He was like big in like a lot of, I'm surprised you don't have a sticker of him. He's like very stickery.
Yeah.
He was in this movie called Shadow Chaser that was real cult classic.
Yeah.
Germans loved it.
Okay. So he was in the business.
Yeah, he was an actor for a long time. My mom was as well, and then they just things just slowed down as the industry takes its toll on people.
Oh, yeah.
And we moved out to Long Island.
Yeah.
Kind of grew up in suburban Long Island.
Yeah,
Great in New York State, especially where I'm from, Long Island, big wrestling community. Started wrestling when I was young. My dad was a wrestler in Florida.
How old were you? What grade?
When I started 2nd grade.
Oh, you started young.
Dude, I wrestled my whole fucking life, dude.
Well, wait, where did you?
Dude, 45 pounds.
45, yeah.
I mean, dude, but our community, it was a bunch of dads who wrestled, and then a bunch of kids that had the dad.
I hear that. Yeah. I mean, it was almost like I didn't have a choice because I'm from Poway.
Yeah.
They're known for their
gnarly wrestling program.
So I started a little later in 6th grade.
Yeah.
And just in my homeroom class, they're like, Lee, we need you.
Because you're a small guy.
Small.
Dude, he's small.
Yeah. We need a 65-pounder.
Yeah.
I go, what? Show up.
6th grade?
6th grade?
Dude, I'm telling you, that's kind of old for kids now to start wrestling.
Really?
Dude, this kid in my college, I hate to jump around, but this kid I went to college with, the guy Demetrius Johnson, beast, a heavyweight, he was like ranked top 5 in the country.
Yeah.
Started wrestling in like 9th grade.
Jesus.
In Missouri, and I placed once at the Missouri States, then went to JUCO school, and then transferred to D1.
Wow.
But yeah, we can get back to where I was.
Yeah.
So grew up in Long Island, started wrestling in my school, Matthias High School. We were a real powerhouse in Long Island, and a bunch of kids. We had like 4 kids in the state finals the year I won.
So how did your state tournament operate? Is it just one state tournament or sectionals?
There's a so there's 2 divisions in New York. There's D1, D2. Not like California. Has that California
It's
always
one.
been one? That's so gnarly.
It's gnarly.
It's super gnarly.
It's
That's why it's so
super
cutthroat.
gnarly.
Like the Valencia brother. Like those guys. Are
Oh, dude. I mean, the St. John Bosco
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, they're phenoms.
Super gnarly.
But there you go again. They started when they're little
well,
pipsqueak.
dude, that's how it goes for anyone.
Yeah.
Like, if you want a kid to be good at something,
You gotta just.
But yeah, so wrestling started high school. Had my battles with it, you know. I had like real bad anxiety about wrestling. Wrestling was like torturing my life for a long time.
Did you have nervous tics before matches?
Dude, I didn't have nervous. I had like so much paranoia and fucking fear around wrestling that I based around. It was from a young, like 6th grade. I was seeing a fucking hypnotist to try to help my wrestling.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Stressful fucking sport.
See these thumbs? They used to be huge calluses.
Because you'd pick at your thumbs.
No, I'd bite it and I would smell. For some reason,
it's a gnarly thing.
Yeah, I would smell. Chew.
Just a nervous, weird tick.
Yeah, it was a yeah.
Dude, I would just like fucking. I had some moments out there like where I'd just fucking. You ever had it where you're wrestling and just like I feel like my head's in the clouds. And I'm just panicking.
It's almost kind of.
You start panic shooting. You just start wrestling an idiot.
It's tribal too, because it's like you don't realize that you're battling and it's almost like some kid headbutts you and you wake. You'll get like.
Dude, I remember.
And you're like, oh. Like I'm in this duel.
Yeah, I mean, so wrestling I had fucking for a long time. It was something that was like this weird relationship where it was like, dude, I'm literally not eating. I'm gonna get ulcers in my stomach from how much this is stressing me out. Like panicking.
Oh yeah. Did you cut weight?
Not even really.
You okay?
Not much. So I was a big boy. I wrestled 195 in high school. Yeah, dude. Want to listen to my transition? So I wrestled. So in New York, you can wrestle varsity as a 7th grader. If you pass a certification test. What? It's like a certain quarter mile.
So you could be a state champion, 8th grade state champion?
Dude, I think Yanni was in 8th grade. He didn't win in 7th grade. He took 2nd in 7th grade, actually. And you know who he wrestled in the state finals?
No.
Vito Arujau.
From Cornell.
From Cornell, both them.
That kid's got a funky style,
Yeah, he's a crazy guy.
Even his stance is like, you notice his stance is
very,
like,
very, yeah.
Very upright, very like.
Yeah, he's super crazy athlete, too.
Oh, dude, you know what? I just saw a match. It's crazy you brought him up. I saw a freestyle match with him and Jesse Delgado. He beat Jesse.
Yeah.
In freestyle.
Was Jesse Delgado an LA guy? Is he not LA, but California guy?
No, he's from California. I forgot.
Gilroy,
probably.
Yeah, where all my buddies, so a bunch of kids.
They're a powerhouse too.
Powerhouse. They're like the powerhouse now because of DC. Yeah,
but he came in later. But they already had a legit program before that.
Yeah, no, then that guy takes over, and then he brings all the guys that train at AKA to be assistant coaches there. So my buddy Nick Piccinini.
Yeah.
He's from Oklahoma State, Nick Piccinini.
Oh, shout out to Nick Piccinini.
Yeah, shout out Nick Piccinini, dude. He's probably gonna see us. He's the homie.
Yeah.
But Nick,
shout out to Nick. All-American.
Yeah, beast.
Coached by John Smith.
Yeah, dude. Legendary.
Very good. He's got a good wrist tilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He got a good double.
He's a tough
funky.
guy.
He's
tough
funky.
guy. But he's training at AKA now to fight.
You're friends with Nick Piccinini?
Dude, I love Nick Piccinini. We grew up together.
Oh, wow.
Dude, I know, Shakur Rashid? We all grew up.
Penn State.
Yeah. He's wrestled.
I don't know why I know all this.
Is it weird? Like, who else have you talked to?
I don't know. But why? That goes, I'm a fan.
Big fan.
I'm a fan.
You follow MMA as well?
I'm a fan. Yeah, I'm a fan. But mostly wrestling. When
Really?
you told me about Beat the Streets, I got on Flow Wrestling and I'm like, where?
I gotta watch.
Yeah,
this shit.
I gotta watch
Dude,
it.
Gable is just untouchable.
Oh yeah.
He's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's legendary status.
Dude, I wrestled with I had like a taste of that because I
Yeah.
wrestled Division 1. So I won states in New York.
Oh, you won states?
Yeah.
Hey man.
Thanks, Holmes.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, how did
That's
you do
great.
at states?
I always choked.
Don't say
I always choked. Always. I won San Diego section. Always choked at state.
Dude, well, the state tournament in LA is like a fucking.
It's gnarly. Back then it was at Stockton. It was gnarly.
It was in LA?
Oh,
no,
Stockton.
It's
Stockton. It's
Stockton,
where the Diaz brothers are from.
Yeah.
And I just remember I would just psych myself out. I would be like,
Dude,
oh,
I've been there.
it's state. And then literally I would go out there and my mind, because it's
Dude,
mental.
It's the fog.
It's mental,
It's
dude.
like the best way you describe it is like your head's in a fog and you're like, your brain's not firing right, your arms aren't moving right, like your reaction time's all fucked because you're just panicking.
Yeah, all the kids that placed, I beat more than half. At the end, after the third day or second third.
There was a kid on my college team that never placed in states, probably a 4-time qualifier, and beat like probably 20 kids in his career that all were placed top 3 at states.
That's what I'm saying. It's
all up here.
mental.
I mean, you have a lot of fighters on the podcast as well, yeah.
Yeah,
I've had a couple.
I had Barnett, Josh.
Yeah, the fucking man. Yeah, it's
He
so
put me in
tight.
a couple
You
chokeholds
did?
there. Oh yeah, he's a big boy.
He's a big
He's
boy,
a big
for
boy.
sure.
He's big.
For sure.
So let's go. So after
So
high
once states
school,
in high school is a good career. You had those moments, like I said, like you just choked. You know, I've had some kids beat me out there. If you're watching this, I still don't
That's
forget.
fine. That's fine.
It still bothers me, man.
I know.
I have nightmares.
My dad
still has nightmares.
It actually haunted me because the kid, there's this kid from Roseby, Michael Calamaro. He was a phenom.
Yeah.
4-time state placer from LA school.
Okay.
Yeah. But I went to Arizona State. I gave up. I ended up drinking beer,
Dude, that's cool.
doing the college
I know a bunch
thing.
of kids that went to Arizona State to try to wrestle. And they couldn't do it.
He ended up being their 18-pounder, 118. He ended up.
He went to your school.
Yeah, I saw him on campus.
You guys squashed the beef?
No. Well, he was just. I'm like, what? Oh, he's like, I wrestle here. I'm like, oh, and then.
And your life's so much more
Yeah,
fun.
but
Trust me, when you see people at school while you're wrestling on the team, like waking up at 6 a.m. going to practice.
Oh yeah, no, it's a whole different lifestyle.
Dude, no. Number one, it's fucking torture. Number two, all you do is think about the guys like you that used to wrestle and that are just hanging out and like come to the meets and like cheer you on, but they don't have to go lift at 6 a.m. and practice at 3.
Run.
It's like, dude, it's a special breed to be able to do that.
Yeah,
and I wasn't one of them, safe to say.
But But let's get. So you went to college though, and
yeah, I got
scholarship on scholarship.
Like they got me in-state tuition. Dude,
but for wrestling though.
For wrestling.
Yeah, okay. They were scouting you.
Yeah. They scouted me.
Yeah, they scouted you. Yeah. Probably earlier than you thought.
Dude, I mean,
I know you got letters when you were a sophomore.
I got letters from I was getting a lot of letters from placing in junior nationals at Virginia Beach.
Okay, let's get into it. So you wrestle freestyle Greco-Roman as well?
No, that was a folk style tournament.
Oh, folk style.
No freestyle for me at all.
Okay.
Can't do it.
My coach forced us.
Can't do it. I'm no good. It's
so
weird. Hard.
Yeah.
I just like don't. That's not my wrestling style.
Yeah. I mean, you could be in on a kid and he just does it weird.
Dude, I don't like that. Honestly, I was talking to my buddy. Shout out Tyler Welps, D1. National finalist.
Wow.
He's my buddy's.
What school?
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a national finalist and a 2-time All-American. And Tyler comes out here to LA a lot and comes and hangs out. Yeah. And we
got to shout out Mickey Philippi too.
Shout out Mickey Philippi. Yeah. Dude, shout out everybody.
He was so close. You're gonna place this year. Yeah, this is the year.
This
133s. This is the year.
Well, do you see Roman Bravo Young's moving up to 41?
Is he really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he tweeted it. Actually, I don't know. I don't really know you, Roman, but I know your friends.
He's good. The kid's good. I mean, that was a close match. Mickey could have got him. Mm-hmm. You know, there was a couple close calls. I saw that match.
It was a good match.
That was a blood round.
It was a really good match. The blood round's always the best round.
Yeah.
You ever been to NCAAs?
No, like I said, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I watch on the internet. I try to follow the schools. Mm-hmm. I make predictions in my mind. It's a game for me. Like,
but would you ever want to go watch it live?
Yeah, me and my old high school mate. Well, that's one of our. We want to go. We want to go one year.
I want to go too.
We want to go.
We should link up.
Yeah.
We should make it a thing.
I want to see.
Go out there and then do like a live
I like
scouting.
seeing. I love.
Dude,
and it's love it. I love the upsets too.
Dude, I'm only like 2 years out of competing.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you miss it?
Dude, I was talking about this the other day. So we were at a dinner party, and they were like, we were passing around these cards, and there were all these questions. Yeah. And they were like, the question was like, what's the hardest part about growing old? And I'm fucking 21, dude.
That's really.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what's the hardest part about getting older? Which is relative to anyone, so the question still makes sense. And I was like, dude, I was thinking about the good. It's like trying not to get wrapped up in like living in the past and like thinking about the good old days. Which like, what the fuck? I'm 21 talking about the good old days. But I was talking about
it's different. In
dude,
the
when you're competing,
world,
man,
it's different.
I think about all the. I sometimes I'll like find myself in like having no music on the car, just sitting for 45 minutes when I'm driving out to Malibu, thinking about like matches that I should have won. And it's like, that's the hardest part about getting old, and especially not having like any redemption anymore, is like, that's what it's like as a competitor. It's gone. You know,
that's like my life, part of my story too, just the regret, and I reflect on
There's a lot of regret, dude.
Yeah, but this is the advice. If you're a kid, up and coming athlete, or whatever you choose to do, any sport, the main thing you have to focus on is fun. I stopped having fun.
Dude, for sure.
If I would have just had fun at the state tournament, I would have at least placed it.
You would have
top
won.
8. I would have at least played top 6.
I think you would have won, man.
I was ranked second.
Were you seeded?
Second.
Second?
I was ranked second.
Oh, that's close.
I always drop the ball, man.
Dude,
I dropped the ball,
I don't know what to say. That
yeah, it hurt. It hurt. I got into, that's when I started drinking the beers, but that's the past. I'm sober now. I learned from it, but
you think your wrestling career maybe tricked you into like whatever, boozing too hard?
No, it's because of my
lack of structure, perhaps.
No. It was the wrestling that taught me discipline.
I'm saying when that went away, when you went to college.
Oh yeah.
And like the lack of discipline, because dude.
Yeah, I gave it all away. Because I remember my coach, shout out to Brandstetter, he was after the season, my senior year. He goes, "So you plan on wrestling in college?" I go, "Nope."
Dude, there's a lot of kids like that.
I was just, I'm done.
Yeah.
But it somehow, in a weird way, it started haunting me because even when at Arizona State, they had this
what was
little
the program like that? Was it like because now they're fucking great.
Back then they were up and coming. They had a few kids, but not like they are now. With who's their coach?
Zahid Valencia.
No, who's their coach?
He's an Olympian. Fucking.
It's God, what's his name? Not Kendall Cross.
No.
It's the other guy.
Zeke
Jones.
Zeke Jones.
It was before Zeke.
But it was before Zeke.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe he was around back then as an assistant coach. No
way. He was like He was not wrestling back then, but Zeke Jones was definitely on. I think he was coaching the USA team at that point.
Yeah, but anyway, so I'm on campus just doing my thing, skateboarding around campus,
just chilling,
doing the normal college thing. I ended up bumping into the 105 freestyler Olympic dude that he practiced with the team, and he was looking for a workout guy, and I told him, "Hey, I used to wrestle." So I just ended up. I remember I didn't even have shoes, and I go. He was my
barefoot jiu-jitsu
but
style?
he was like he looked like a man. He was their 105 freestyle.
Was this like the Sunkist Kids thing back then?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. So
Okay.
So I ended up I took him down a few times.
Does that feel?
But that went to show me. It goes to show me like I'm smoking cigarettes. I'm smoking Newports. I'm like out of shape, and I took him down a few times.
Yeah.
I mean, he ended up taking me down.
Dude, eventually, the thing is like with those, right when I got to college, I wrestled with this guy, my head coach, Keith Gavin.
Yeah.
Who's a
sure
world team member.
Yeah.
NCAA champion. And I was like, first minute, I was like, he wasn't like getting on my legs. I got on his legs a bunch of times. And then just the pace those people put on you after a while.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
Oh, dude, it'll beat you into the fucking ground.
But your technique was still there.
Yeah.
You said you got to his legs.
Dude, no, I was good, man. I wrestled, after high school, I went to the University of Pittsburgh, got recruited there by Drew Headley, and then they got a whole new coaching staff because there's a crazy fucking scandal there. I wonder if I could talk about this. Actually,
think about it.
Think about it for my boys?
Yeah.
You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm free.
Oh, okay.
I'm free of it.
Okay, so.
No, yeah, there's this fucking crazy thing where there's this whole... Oh, man, that's actually kind of funny to talk about. But these kids went on a fucking... they were at, I think maybe it was the Southern Scuffle.
And it's a big tournament.
All these fucking kids go back.
Is that a preseason tournament?
No. It's a college mid-season like powerhouse tournament, like Midlands and the Southern Scuffle.
Gotcha.
And now Cliff King.
It was before Midlands, though. Right?
Yes,
Midlands towards the end.
Yeah. So they had this fucking these kids at Pitt at this time, where the culture was so different than it is now. It was a fucking party animal school.
Pitt was?
Dude, the team was just fucking insane.
Did you all live together at the dorms?
Yeah, lived together in dorms and all moved in the house together. Dude, the Pitt fucking culture then was just a bunch of hard-nosed yinzers, motherfuckers, and they just fucking partied crazy. And the season would come around, and
you guys would drink beers.
It didn't really
stuff?
Change much. I wasn't on the team at this point, but this was the year before. This is the year I was getting recruited. These kids all went to fucking the Southern Scuffle or something, and long story short, dude, they fucking go back to the hotel. They all lose because they're not really training hard anymore. They order a bunch of hookers to the fucking this is a high school team with like coaches in the other room.
This is crazy.
Dude, ordering hookers to the room. Hookers come, decide they don't want the hookers, decide to not pay the hookers. Hookers go fucking berserk, start throwing fucking chandeliers at people, throwing things at everybody, and
their season,
dude, in the middle of the season.
Wow.
And
that's crazy.
Dude. Crazy.
Yeah.
And there was a fucking oh my god, it was fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
And just throwing lamps were broken all around the thing. Crazy fights broke out.
I'm sure there's news stories like were there.
Dude, it was just like and then a week later the head coach gets fired.
Of course.
And then I'm getting recruited my senior year to a team with no head coach.
As heavyweight?
And now I think they wanted me to be a heavyweight. They saw my frame. They thought I could get up to like a Kyle Snyder character. Yeah. Like a 220 pounder.
But
I'm not as good as him.
Oh, he's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
But yeah, so that happened, and dude, and then Keith Gavin comes in, and then he hires Coach Jordan Lean, and these two come in. They completely turn the whole program around, and now it's just a bunch of hard-nosed guys. And then we have Nino Bonacorsi, Mickey Philippi, Cole Matthews. There's a ton of real tough kids on that team now that are all like the culture's totally. But before, dude, these kids would be fucking going crazy doing drugs. Drug tests weren't happening.
Right.
People
What section is Pitt? Are you guys Big
ACC.
Ten? Oh, ACC. Okay.
But
ACC.
maybe it was I don't know what it was before. It was with Lehigh before. I don't remember what that section was called. But yeah, dude, you wouldn't believe the fucking shit that you see these like high level. Like I could tell you stories when we're not listening. But like, dude, some of these fucking guys that you're like, oh, they must be training like crazy. Are getting blacked out the weekend before NCAAs.
And they're still placing?
They're winning.
Get the hell. Really?
I swear to God.
They're winning?
They're winning. And they're winning multiple times.
So you're telling me...
Dude, I want to tell you something I'm talking about. I can't call you out.
Just censor yourself for now.
No, I censor.
Yeah,
but no, all I'm saying
so
is
you're
these
saying
guys are winners.
you don't have to say any names, but this intrigues me.
How cool is that?
Because me looking as a fan, I'm thinking these guys are not drinking beers.
They're not drinking beers. They're especially not...
And they're running... I'm thinking they're running every morning. But you're telling me these guys are getting blackout drunk and still winning.
This kid's getting blackout drunk 5 days before NCAAs, missing practices.
Missing practices?
Before
the national tournament.
There's times, in the middle of the season where they won't wrestle because they don't feel like making weight.
But don't you have qualifiers you have to do?
You have to make enough
ACCs?
matches, but some matches, and like this is a... We're not going to get into
Okay.
But these guys, not on my team. This isn't Pittsburgh I'm talking about.
Yeah.
These are kids that I know of other schools. And I have a bunch of friends who wrestle a bunch of... Dude, these guys are crazy.
Yeah.
And they're just like... But that's some of those people. It's like a John Jones character. They just turn it on when the lights come on.
They're just gifted that way.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
And there's something like they said. I listened to Rogan talk about this. He was talking about how like... There's something to be said about those loose cannon people that don't try to hone them in. Let them be the loose cannons they are, because that's what when they get on the mat or in the ring or in the octagon, that's what turns them to be fucking animals, dude. It's that loose cannon.
My coach used to talk. It's showtime. And for a theatrical actor, it's when the curtains are put to the side and it's showtime.
And there's people who won't read the plays, won't do the work, and can show up and just be present and just
do it. That fascinates me.
Fascinates me too.
That fascinates me.
Yeah, dude. I guess I was a mixture of one of those characters. Because there's times in my life where I wasn't, training my hardest, but also winning a lot. But when college comes around, dude, the separation starts to separate real quick. About like, dude, oh my God, you wrestle some of these kids in practice. You've never been. We had this one day in practice. This is gonna be fun for you.
Yeah.
One day where instead of live, usually we do like 3 matches. Which is a lot. Live. Like 21 minutes of wrestling.
Guys around your weight.
Yeah. You wrestle with guys around your weight. Maybe I wrestled I was weighing probably 2 times wrestling 85 pounders, 95 pounders. No, 82, 84, 95, 97, and
so it's 3 minutes. You just go at it. On
Dude,
your
no,
feet.
3 matches. We wrestle.
Oh, you do three
full matches.
Two. Okay. Yeah.
Well, 3-2-2 because of college.
Yeah, 3.
Okay. 3-minute first period in college.
I thought it was 2-2-2.
No.
Oh, it's 3-2-2.
And that's a big adjustment as well. 3-minute first period.
That's a long period.
I remember getting taken down and like getting doing riding time. I got ridden and won a match when the guy had 5 minutes of riding time on me.
How?
Third period.
You took him down.
Third period, took him down, cut him, took him down, and then took him down in overtime.
Yeah, a better gas tank.
Dude, maybe he wasn't very good on his feet, and he got lucky with the first takedown. He just put a leg in and just started ripping my hip out.
Yeah.
But dude, you're gonna love this story. So in college, this one day, we're all like fucking. I think it may be postseason, and instead of live, which is normal, we usually have a pretty well structured practice. We just go to practice. It's the same thing every day. And that's just what it is. One day he's like, all right, we're gonna do a match of first to 50 points.
What?
So you're wrestling everybody around the room, and he called blows whistle.
You have to go somewhere.
No, you're wrestling everybody around your way. There's a bunch of guys, probably 30 guys on 30 guy roster.
Okay.
And you have to, as soon as you score 30 points, you can be on everybody else. You switch every probably 5 minutes. You get to be done. And the studs on the team are done in 10 minutes because they just beat the shit out of some scrubs that are like the walk-ons, they're off. And then there's someone like me and a couple of my other guys where we're there fucking 25 minutes after everybody's done practicing. There's one kid on our team, but he had a bad day. Oh man, I hope. He was just like not wrestling well.
Yeah.
And he probably scored 5 points in like 2.5 hours. And he's just like, you'd be wrestling him, you'd be like at a call time, his ear would be next to you, just like, just take me down, man, and I'll just let you be. He put himself as he was a martyr. He died for our sins. He let us score like 20 points on him.
He would just give up?
Oh, dude, he was just at this point. It was a bad practice for him, and he was just sitting there. He was like in your ear, he'd be like, he's just like you just feel like it's almost like. I actually heard Thomas Gilman say this about like when you hear like a dead, like it's like he's a psycho guy, but he was talking about like when he was hunting, he's like he heard that noise in someone like the last breath of a deer. like, he felt that in someone when he was wrestling them. And I felt this guy that day was just like, ugh. And he just like would let you turn him all over the mat.
He was there forever.
Dude, they don't let you leave.
Oh, you're just there?
You're there until you score 50 points.
There's no exceptions.
Dude, you're there until
you
may have class later.
There's no time involved.
Dude,
it could be at 5 in the morning.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. It's like it's to 50 points. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then we did one 30-minute match, and that was crazy too.
Oh jeez. Yeah. Well, college is a whole different type of wrestling, wouldn't you say? From high school.
It's so different.
Just the riding and the
riding
escaping.
time, the hand fighting, the everything. Dude, I got the shit beat out of me. I was not cut out for it, but I went, and I'm happy I did it.
Yeah. So how long were you at Pitt doing this?
A year and a half, and then I dropped out to act because fuck that. It was so hard. But dude, then hindsight, I'm like, I think about it a lot, and I'm a big fan, and I'm a big supporter of my program. But like, I think about like what if. But dude, I got this shit.
You're doing well right now. I mean.
Yeah, man. I got some shit going on, which is tight.
Yeah, let's get into that. So you when did you? So you finished at Pitt, then.
So I actually in like high school developed like a pretty big social media following.
I could see that. I just saw your followers.
I know, dude. It's
400,000.
Yeah, $400 or something like that.
Yeah, that's
but
a lot.
It is a lot. But it's like, dude, I got in like kind of. I don't want to be ever like self-deprecating too much, but it wasn't something I was like working towards. It was like kind of like in the beginning of Instagram, like the algorithm.
Yeah,
was like,
I don't understand it.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But it was like early on, like I went wakeboarding with this guy who was a photographer. He posted a picture of me. I gained like 1,000 followers in 1 minute, and he had like 50,000 because he was a photographer.
Oh, wow.
And then I started gaining followers, and I just started fucking snowballing from there. And then I got kind of thrusted in like 10th grade to go into like these influencer things and being an influencer.
Let's talk about that. How does that even work?
Bizarre, dude. You wouldn't believe these fucking guys.
So they pay these kids just, hey, go show up to this thing.
Dude,
and take
go up
pictures.
to this meet and greet and then sign pictures.
And they pay you for that?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Dude, it was weird. It was something that
Wait, would these companies contact you?
Companies would contact me. Tours. Where these kids would just go and not like go on stage, and dude, it was so fucking embarrassing. In hindsight, it was a good way to make some dough in high school because and like, dude, young high school, like 9th grade, and I just had people thrusting me into like, you're an influencer now, go do this. But I'm like, dude, I gained all these followers, but just I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, you don't know.
And it wasn't like I was ever.
That wasn't your intent.
I wasn't grinding on like Vine.
No,
I wasn't on Vine
you weren't
like
making videos.
No, dude, it just
choreographing dance videos.
It just fell into my lap.
It just happened.
I just wanted to wrestle, to be honest.
And it just happened.
It just happened.
So you met this photographer guy, got that, met
some
other
and then
guy.
he started, and then he was like, "We need to cultivate this, dude. And then he just started to like.
So you became your manager, kind of, no?
Yeah,
a little bit.
For sure, became my
your
manager.
social media kind of guy.
Social media, yeah. I guess it would be a manager type. But so that happened, and then that started steamrolling into like fucking more and more, and then I got thrust into this like category of being an influencer, where I was like, "What the fuck's going on?
What does that even mean?"
And I meet these guys who like have this like sense of that they have this like real thing, like they think that this is like a gift that they have. You know what I mean?
And you come from a world where you have to earn every point.
Dude, I was fucking wrestling
you know
at that
what I'm
time.
saying?
Dude, I moved out to LA in 9th and 11th grade, actually. Yeah, junior year for the first quarter of so in New York we had 4 quarters. First quarter of high school of my junior year, I moved out to LA to like to start acting like full time. And then I left LA and went back to wrestle again.
You missed it.
Dude, no, I had to.
You just had
My life would have been, I would have had so much regret if I didn't do that.
Yeah.
But dude, thrust into this
so
influencer
you did this
thing.
influencer thing that you didn't plan on doing.
Dude, it was just like, I was like such an oddball at these things. These kids are going on stage. And
how do they act towards you? Like, hey man, hey, my name is Charlie.
Hey man, let's link and build. You know? And it's like,
so I'm an influencer. This is my channel.
Yeah, this is my channel. And what we do is we try to create a brand. Everyone talks about they're branding themselves, and I'm branding myself as the emo punk, yet relationship talks. You know, it's like that's the shit that you'd hear.
It's such a weird world.
Dude, there'd be these tours where kids would go on stage.
Wait. There's
tours. I went on tour.
There's influencer
I went on like two stops where you sit at a desk and you sign papers like you're an ex-WWE wrestler.
You know what? I didn't think this world existed, but I was at Target and there's a couple girls with the fancy camera. I didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
And I asked, hey, what kind of camera is that?
You do vlogs, don't you, right?
Yeah, but I ended up being her name's Emma Chamberlain.
Oh, she's humongous.
I know.
She's
I didn't know who she was.
Superstar, dude.
But check this out. So I'm just chilling here playing video games.
Warzone.
I start getting DMs. Hey, you're on so-and-so's vlog.
Whose vlog was that?
Emma Chamberlain.
Oh, you were on.
I was in Target.
It's like, look at this guy. Was she like?
No, it was my voice. I have a distinct voice.
Oh yeah, you do have a distinct voice for sure.
So they're like, we knew it was you.
That's
Is that
so
you?
fucking funny.
And I go, yeah, I was at Target today, or yeah. You're in her so-and-so's vlog, man. You made it. God. And I'm like, who is, and I looked her up, like millions of followers.
How many subscribers she have? Like 20 million?
Millions.
Millions.
I'm
not like a follower of YouTubers. Not for any diss, but just as
but that's what opened my eyes to this world of, oh, she's like more popular.
Was she doing makeup? Did she do makeup?
I don't know, dude. I don't know how that works.
I can't keep up.
They'll pay her just to eat a hamburger. Hey, film
dude,
it.
Some shit like that was like happening for me on a much smaller scale. And I always wanted to act. My dad was an actor, and I was trying to take acting seriously back then. And like I always like, and I kind of, I don't want to say rebranded because the whole sense of branding is so fucking lame. But
I just don't understand that word. I don't even know what it means.
Like, what's my brand, dude? I'm just like posting goofy shit.
If you have like a clothing line, I understand that. That's your brand.
People build their dude. I don't.
But branding yourself, like I'm a brand. I'm branding. Like what?
What's your brand, Steve?
I have that. That's maybe I could learn.
What would you say? What's the Steebee Weebee Show's brand?
It's maybe a subculture of just interesting people that I want to interview, whether it's a fellow wrestler, musician, rapper, skateboarder. It doesn't matter. Yeah, for recreation. For recreation.
Getting around?
Yeah, getting around, you know, doing a little shove it here, just fun.
Yeah.
But that's a great question. Maybe I need to learn. I need to learn.
Dude, fuck that shit. I don't know. I just personally...
Do I need to go to a convention?
Let's say I'll do a TED Talk.
Friend.
I'll do a TED Talk. Hi, I'm Tanner's friend.
Yeah.
Hi, Steve.
Yeah. Well, how do I enter into this branding world?
Dude, I don't know. Honestly, what I'm saying is that I'm the oddball, like the way you...
No, I'm trying to learn from you, though, because you somehow...
Go look at my Instagram. It's not very branded, man.
You're doing something, right? You are.
I just try to be. This is gonna sound so fucking clear. I just want to be myself. You know,
like
that. That's
like. Yeah, but you learn. You kind of. It's kind of like fake it till you make it.
Certainly.
That applies to this and branding and you. You're like, I'm just gonna.
Well, I've just gone a totally different direction than it was kind of set out for me in that sense. Like people pushed me to be like the influencer and started making YouTube videos, and I tried for a little bit and I hated it. And I tried to hang out with these fucking young Hollywood kids and I hated it. And I just fucking.
What did you not like about it?
Dude, probably.
Just the lingo?
The lingo. I don't like the word lit. I can't hear the word lit. I hate
it. I freaking hate that word so much. Lit? What a candle?
And apparently
what are you, a candle?
What are
you lit?
A fucking candle, dude?
Yeah, you're a candle.
Are you a fucking candle?
What's lit about this?
Nothing.
I don't understand
I don't get it. I don't get it. I feel like, but then like, yeah, dude, like these Hollywood kids out here, dude, it's just like you're so jaded and you're always talking about your follower count. You're always talking. Yeah. Dude, I've heard people like actually be like, well, my friend Phil wants to come over. How many followers Phil got?
Who cares?
Dude, I know.
What does that matter?
That's just the shit I heard when I was like 17
out
here. And
dude.
And a lot of people like being like you see like influencers start fighting when they're drunk and then the big thing they would say
what would they fight about? They're getting paid doing nothing.
No, they would fight with each other about like you bitch and whatever, and then you see the big thing they'd be like, you're fucking irrelevant. That's like calling like the C word. Like he's calling an influencer irrelevant is like, dude, you wouldn't believe the fucking meltdown you know what?
When I think of that talk, that's like privileged, spoiled talk.
Oh, dude, and
and tying back to wrestling, and you're from the East Coast. I mean, that's a whole different mentality out there too.
Dude, no way.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I had my homies back. Like I always checked myself because I always had people be like, fucking lame. Like my buddies back home, they would rip me.
Wow.
But long story short, got thrust into kind of that influencer thing that wasn't really my jam, to say the least. No. And I kind of went counterculture and I could have post high school. I was like, the plan was, all right, Tanner's gonna move to LA and start acting full time.
Good.
I completely just stopped posting on Instagram. Just went to Pittsburgh and started wrestling. And I just literally, I was like, fuck that. And I just threw it all away. Not throw it all away. My mom was like crying because my mom was like thinking,
what are you doing?
You're going to be a star.
Because of today's world and social media.
She saw what I had. She saw like the draw that was coming to me. And she was like, no. And my dad, obviously being the dad, he's like, I think Tanner could be an NCAA champ. And they're so conflicting. But like my mom was like, dude, it was a polarizing decision to say the least for me to
But can't you influence out How do you even define influencer? What does it even mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Can you influence on the East Coast and Pitt?
What does it mean to influence? No, but literally, the thing is about doing branded paid posts would be like the thing that's like the shit.
Wait, I don't even know. What you just said was alien language. What does that even mean?
Like fucking
branding.
So like Clear Sail recently hit me up to pay me blank amount of money to post something for them.
Clear Sail.
So
So what was the deal? I mean, you don't have to disclose
we don't need to
that.
talk figures, but
we don't have to talk figures. They offered you to do.
They offer you money. They're like, hey, post this. It's like advertisement.
But on your Instagram.
Through your
personal account.
Through your brand.
Okay, no. My next question is: can you script it yourself, or do you have their script to read?
They probably hit you with like some things they want you to say about the product and whatnot.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, it's real commercialized.
I mean, it's money, man.
Dude, I mean, trust me,
that could pay some bills there. You know?
I'm just as much probably on the same wavelength as you, Steve, and the fact that like I find it cringy and lame.
Yeah.
But that's why like I said, I fucking took that. I just went to Pittsburgh and went to fucking. Not only did I go to a city, like I went to fucking hardcore like red Pittsburgh. Like Pittsburgh's a fucking hardcore city, dude. And those guys get that.
How do you define that? What's the difference between red, like
red and blue? You mean?
Oh, red and blue.
Conservative.
Red and blue. Oh, conservative. Okay.
Very conservative.
Political. It's
honky tonk. Yeah.
So
sort of Republican.
Yeah. So they're
if you will
conservative, red,
to say the least.
And it's a wrestling community.
Wrestling, like hard nose, blue collar, and I come in there with all these followers, dude. Safe to say that team didn't accept me very, very quickly.
They looked at you differently because of your social media status?
Dude, they would like not invite me over to parties that the whole team was at.
So it had a conflicting effect.
Oh, dude, they're like, this guy's a fucking
You're one of those.
Yes.
So how did you kill that stereotype?
Wrestle hard, I guess. And also wrestle hard. But dude, it was also, I'm gonna be honest, there's probably a lot of the reason why, I mean, leaving Pitt wasn't because I was like, I want to act full time. I'm done wrestling. A lot of it is I just felt like I was like a sore thumb. I stuck out like a sore thumb.
Wow.
And it's so weird because
that's a big part of wrestling is the acceptance and
the community, the team, the camaraderie.
Yeah, camaraderie, the teamwork.
But dude, I have some great friends there, and I love those guys. Man. But in the beginning, dude, it was definitely like, who the fuck's this guy thinking who he is? Fucking.
They thought you're a Cali, like just who's
dude. And then I come out to Cali, and I'm the fucking guy. They pretend like I'm their security guard when I'm walking out. I remember these kids, all these influencer kids, would be like, "This is Tanner, our security guard." I'm like, I don't really know if I like being called that.
No.
It was, dude. It was
just as many followers, except.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that wasn't even a thing that I marked as worth at all. Yeah, and I just got put out here because people told me to.
That's so crazy.
You know, I just
kind of such a weird time.
I was just getting pushed and pulled, but then I'm someone. I'm not trying to but I just like completely I rejected it so much that I went I went to Pittsburgh and wrestled there for a year and a half, and then I decided to come back out here, and I don't really do that shit. I just act full time now, and that's why I studied theater and which also, dude, imagine a bunch of wrestlers on your team be like, it's fucking theater, dude. You know what I mean?
There's some jokes in the locker room there.
There were some,
Now, if Cliff Keen wanted to sponsor you, then you know what I mean, or like Asics or Nike, dude, you know what I'm saying? That would be dope because it's like wrestling. I always try to
find ways to like integrate myself back into like that.
So I don't know if they're going to be listening to this, but Cliff Keen, if you're out there, holler at my boy right here.
I don't know when I'd wear headgear, but I'll put it on and take a picture.
You could do it on a post, just wear it around your apartment or whatever you want to do.
Like that.
So then you went from Pittsburgh back here, right?
So I went to Pittsburgh, studied theater, and I was a double major of theater.
What school?
University of Pittsburgh.
Oh, theater there?
No, yeah.
Oh, so you did theater
program.
there? Oh.
Theater program at school. So I went to school like with this kind of, because I always wanted to act. Like I was doing theater, and my dad was I actually taught an acting class out where we were from in Long Island, and I acted ever since I was young. And then I always had this, like, that was always the career goal for me. I don't know when the inception happened, but I was always like, oh, I'm going to be an actor.
What kind of influence, what kind of films did you like really like?
Dude, I'm really
into it. Like,
dude, the
Goodfellas. Yeah.
Casino.
I just saw Irishman, by the way.
What do you think?
It was long. It was long. I had to take a break at like 2 hours in.
I
had to take a break and
ate
a popsicle, drink a sparkling water, put in one of these. And,
what are these? Are these
this is
like
this is because of wrestling, I dipped for so many years.
I dipped for a long time as well. Went to Pitt, picked up fucking dipping.
Yeah,
that was a nasty habit.
Yeah, I just it's a part of the culture. You know how it happens.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's
hey Lee.
Yeah.
Try that. You're in the van.
Oh, okay.
I got some Scholl, man.
I hope they like me.
Yeah, got lightheaded. Hey Lee.
Yeah.
Cutting weight in the sauna. Hey, Lee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dude, and honestly, it helps curbs your appetite.
I got addicted.
It's good. Yeah.
I got to a point.
Do you smoke
I stopped spinning. No, I got into that as well. I did it all.
Mm-hmm.
I did it all. But going back to, you have an interesting story because you did that, you wrestled, then you were part of this influencer community, then you kind of rejected that. Went into...
That's about the honestly, I feel like I told that story pretty well.
But, you did.
And then so I went to Pitt, was studying theater, taking some great theater classes there, and really started getting, really diving into acting.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the community at Pitt, they were my boys.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, they're my boys. And I think since I've left, our bond has only grown stronger. Because they were always telling me, because they're like, they don't really have any future besides wrestling. And wrestling, where's the payoff? I'm going to go fight.
Tough. You could either coach,
or
assistant coach.
Or fight.
Yeah. UFC.
Yeah.
MMA.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to look into that?
No, dude.
Okay,
I mean,
but you would be good because you already have kind of a jiu-jitsu background from your wrestling.
Yeah, dude.
I heard the transitions.
A little bit too.
Yeah.
Have you ever rolled jiu-jitsu at all?
No, my friend keeps...
That's weird that you haven't gotten into it.
No.
I think you dig it.
You think so?
Dude, I've wrestled. I wrestled like you, and I was a big fan of. I love wrestling. And I went to jiu-jitsu. Dude, these guys can't wrestle. I mean, it's weird in the guard. Guard play is weird, but I went to 10th Planet in Burbank.
Yeah, Eddie Bravo has been on here, and and then he's because.
Did he try to talk you into jiu-jitsu?
No. I kind of in passing I asked him, hey, because he has a lot of schools around.
Tons of them.
Yeah,
right?
but as a wrestler, we're trained not to be on our back.
It's bizarre.
It's like,
but then
you have to flip that.
Then wrestle, dude. Yeah, well, I found, dude, it's such a more relaxed sport.
It is.
Like, you can chill. There's a lot of chilling in jiu-jitsu.
So you could just
a lot of guys getting stoned and going to jiu-jitsu. Nobody's getting stoned and going to wrestling practice. Besides one kid on my team that I can't.
Wait, so you could relax in a position, you could be in guard.
There's a lot of chilling in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard, and it's fucking, you get choked to sleep, and that's not cool.
Yeah.
But I honestly, to find like an outlet for my need to compete, kind of, I started doing a little bit of jiu-jitsu, which I found to be.
How does a point system work in jiu-jitsu? Like, does it take down?
Takedowns count.
So
Ed Ruth went to a jiu-jitsu. My buddy Dom Forries, shout out Dom Forries, went to University of Pittsburgh, 3-time NCAA qualifier. Mm-hmm. He'll be watching for sure.
Who's the kid that beat Metcalf? That classic win. That kid.
Darren Caldwell.
Yeah, Caldwell.
Where he pushed him. Do you see the Metcalf documentary?
He ended up being a great fighter.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, he's in Bellator.
Bellator
champ.
Yeah,
he was a champ. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, Darren Caldwell. That was the most legendary match. You remember seeing that match?
I watch it once every month.
Me too. I watch it all the time. That was he headlocks him in the first period. Oh my God, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Then Metcalf, and he was so mean and scary, and
he was like a bull.
Do you ever see? There's a documentary coming out about him. I think tomorrow.
About Metcalf. Yeah.
On Flow Wrestling.
He didn't quit. He wrestled
freestyle. He was on the world team. And now he's coaching.
Wrestling Jordan Oliver.
Yeah, they wrestled a bunch of matches. He's so fucking good.
Yeah.
He's older too.
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm sorry. It always goes. We
always tie back.
We always go back. To
I
wrestling.
haven't had this camaraderie in LA in a long time talking about wrestling. I miss it a lot.
I'm a fan. Like I try to keep up with it.
Dude,
all.
I gotta look. If you ever want to talk with some wrestlers, I can link you.
Friends with Nick Piccinini.
He would love to come on the podcast, dude.
I'm a fan. I've watched all of his matches.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, him and Spencer.
Even when he pinned Spencer Lee. He's been Spencer Lee, dude.
Nicky! He loves that shit, dude.
That was epic.
I literally just started getting chills thinking about that moment, dude.
That was the craziest thing ever. The arena, right? Dude, at Gallagher. At Gallagher.
Shit was crazy.
Yeah. Did you see that match where who's that kid from he's from where did Soriano? Where did Soriano wrestle? Who's the one that won? Anthony Ashnell
versus the guy from Princeton.
No.
He shot him down. Yeah, that was fucking crazy.
He beat the kid from Oklahoma at the end of the match.
G-Feller.
Yeah, G-Feller.
Hayden
or something. And he went like this to their bench.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
That was disrespectful. That was mad disrespect.
And he pushed him.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And then that. Dude, wrestling's the shit.
I've rewinded
I'm glad
that.
You were. I didn't know you were really into it.
Oh no.
I thought you were into it, but I didn't know you were really into it.
I'm a fan. Even shout out to my man Rich Salo. I wrestled with him, and he ended up wrestling in Minnesota, Division II. But he's in Arizona now, and
word.
I hadn't seen him since high school. And then I went to visit him after my dad passed. Just to check up on him to see how he's been. And the whole time, guess what we were doing?
Talking about wrestling, just chopping it up.
We were just on YouTube
Dude,
watching wrestling.
I love it. It's my favorite. It's like I'm so upset. Like I'm
obsessed.
Obsessed still. And dude, the thing is like, I got like a taste of like I've wrestled some kids that were really good.
Sure
Some NCAA champs.
I'm sure.
Wrestled with I'm gonna tell you after. Actually, this is this is me to save it. Yeah. But dude, yeah, like I'm excited to tell you about some of the people in the party stories of these people that you wouldn't believe.
Okay, I just thought of a school in your section, NC State, the Wolfpack.
Yep.
They're in your division, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
NC State.
Yeah, NC State.
The Hidley brothers.
Yeah, they have some good some good kids in there.
Yeah, I got recruited at NC State.
You did too.
Yeah.
How come you didn't?
I just like Pittsburgh, dude. And also I wasn't, dude. They were like half recruiting me. I was good enough to be recruited. I was probably floating around 20th ranked guy in the country at my weight.
Wow.
But dude, these guys, that's not awesome. I mean, it's awesome, but like I was.
But that's a big deal. I mean, you have to think of every high school in America, dude.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's weird to be out in Hollywood and like no one knows me for that. And now people are like seeing me for this movie and shit. Like people are like I'm like going like out for these auditions and like there's just such a totally other life that I was like that was just like consumed. It's like so funny because like you come out here and like this part of like my life that like I was like high level, but like, not the highest level, but like I was like, and now I'm like getting into Hollywood and like going to these rooms and seeing these people of like another high level. It's like I've been like in both so different industries, not industries but different cultures. So
yeah,
it's just so odd being like
it's a different world.
And then you feel people like you like hear about like all these guys that
like
were
one of the Baldwins always goes to the NCAA.
Steven?
Yeah, one of the Baldwins. He's always at the tournament.
I want to connect with him, honestly.
Yeah, that guy's a fan.
So
you would be surprised.
Is your brother a fan?
My brother wrestled.
He did not. Actually, I think I did know that. Yeah. Someone told me that.
No, he could have wrestled varsity his senior year. Yeah, he could have wrestled varsity.
Was he a small guy like you?
Yeah, he was 125, but they're like, for your senior year, you're going to be 105s. He went to rehab.
Oh, instead.
Didn't want to cut the...
I went to rehab instead.
So the way it worked in our culture at Poway, once you're done with wrestling, you're dead. You're dead to the coach. You're dead
to the school.
Yeah,
Girls
you don't matter anymore.
Like,
yeah, you're a ghost.
You get like, was that like a thing? Like people are getting laid because they're on the wrestling team and stuff like that. Was it like? Was there a culture?
Not for me. I was a little odd. Were
you in the subculture?
Yeah, because I was going to church camp.
Oh. Were you raised like Catholic?
Christian.
Christian.
Yeah, I was going to Hume Lay. I was going to all the church.
That's hilarious.
So I wasn't getting the girls.
You weren't getting laid.
No, not at all. Not. Zero.
You're telling me all those wins you didn't feel a little bit?
I could have.
They didn't throw a little bit at you.
So because I won sectionals. I won San Diego section.
And dude, and especially at Poway, that's a fucking powerhouse school of wrestling.
Yeah,
you were good.
Yeah, I was, but that was. It seemed like a whole lifetime ago, buddy. You know,
dude. I mean, but yeah, the funny thing about wrestling is it just fucking snaps you right back into it.
But you know what trips me out is back then we wrestled in this janky ass the gymnastics room, right? Now there's a whole facility. There's like high tech, state of the art facility, and I'm like, well, we didn't have that. They have, it's a training facility. And I'm just like, wow.
These high school teams are getting a lot of funding from their school as well.
Not only that, they're like you said, you started in like younger than me.
Grade.
Yeah, they have a whole program. It's called Slammers.
Oh, like kids
where
club.
They're recruiting second, third, first. These little guys.
Our team had 8 guys in the state tournament.
Really?
Out of 10 weights.
That's pretty damn impressive.
Dude, our team was ranked number 1 in New York at the time.
Well, can we shout him out real quick?
Shout out Matthias High School. Shout out Corey Dolson, the fucking best coach ever.
Shout him out. Do you think he'll watch this?
I'll send it to him. He'll watch it, dude. He'd love it. But this guy took us from young kids who were dads who were coaching us in kid program, which is a big shout out. But dude, we had this fucking team of kids that, dude, you wouldn't believe it. Like it was like from when I started wrestling in 7th grade on varsity. The team was like placing 5th in the section for you, but it's called a county in New York. They're taking 5th in the county, which is bad, especially in Division 2. Like we're really bad.
How does it work? You have to place top 6 there, then top.
You have to win.
Well, what qualifies you for your state tournament?
In D2, and so I wrestled Division 2
in
New York.
Yeah.
You have to win you have to win the county. You have to win.
You can't take 2nd or 3rd.
You can get a wild card potentially if you take 2nd or 3rd.
You have to win it.
But yeah, they give out a lot of wild cards. But yeah, you have to get a real definite slot. You have to win.
That's a pressure, dude. That's a lot.
Dude, I was panicking, and I was teching everybody, but I was still panicking.
Oh, you're
I was so nervous. I was a fucking.
How long were you talking about wrestling on this episode? About 80% of the time. I think so. Yeah. I don't care.
People are gonna love it.
I love it. And the thing is just, like, do you think that this
We'll have
platform,
another episode where we talk about other shit.
Well, let's go back to because I wanna plug the movies.
Dude, yeah. So I just did this Lifetime film.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Dude, it's called The Pool Boy Nightmare.
Where do people watch on Lifetime?
It's
right?
on Lifetime. I think it's airing still. It aired last week, but it's still airing.
What was the audition process like for that?
Dude, I've been auditioning a good
couple rounds of that.
Couple rounds. Mm-hmm. You know how it is.
Yeah. I did commercials.
Yeah.
I did the Sour Starburst.
Sour Starburst.
Yeah. I had 4 rounds of that.
Dude, 4 rounds
of just the sour face. Yeah.
Wait, one more time. There it is.
Yeah. It's at a Chinese restaurant. Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, come look at the baby. Yeah. I mean, 15, 20 grand on it. 15, 20 grand. Yeah, 15, 20 grand at the end of the day. Yeah.
I didn't make a tenth of that in all of a fucking movie, dude.
Sour Starburst. But just let's talk about the competition. And in the acting, dude. There's a lot of competition.
Yeah, man, I'm taking acting really seriously now, dude. I kind of put my work ethic from wrestling into acting now. So like,
you know what you could do? You could do mind games at those auditioning places. You should do some mind games with them.
What's your recommendation?
Okay, so you have to. I know how it works. You go there, you sign in, right? You have to sign in, right?
Hands shaking.
Yeah, you just.
Stephen
Brent Miller.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cross his name out.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
And then whisper something to his ear and go, you don't want this role. You don't want this part. You don't want it.
I hear these guys are a bunch of.
Or you go like this. You've been to the La Brea.
Yes.
South La Brea.
I've had some
200.
I've had some.
You've been there, right?
I've had some bad moments there.
You follow him into Petco. Or you follow him into
That's
the park.
The one upstairs.
Yeah. Hold up. You follow the guy. Before, let's say, people do, smoke cigarettes. Yeah. You follow a guy that you know, and you go, you're gonna have to fight for this role.
Yeah. And I don't mean go in there and act your ass off.
No, you're gonna meet me in the parking lot.
There's gonna be fisticuffs.
I'm just kidding. No. But there is mind games involved.
Dude, I go out there. I've been working hard acting the past year.
Good for you, man.
Come out, dude. I had just shot the short film that
Good for you, dude.
Me and my buddy just co-wrote it.
What was that stress level like? How did you memorize those lines, and how did you prep for that? For that Lifetime thing.
Dude, it was kind of odd because it was my first ever real acting gig. I've done some commercials.
That's a big time.
I've done some like little short films, but this is my first time really acting gig, and I was the lead in the fucking movie. You were lead. And it was a great, experience, and the movie came out well, I think, and
Yeah.
it's a Lifetime film, dude.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying.
As each audition passed, do you notice new kids showing up? Like, oh, I gotta beat this kid out now. Like at the end, it's you and this other kid.
I still feel the same way as I do when I'm standing on deck looking at someone.
It's like that type of thing.
This guy's trying to take my paycheck from my children.
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But dude, it's definitely. I mean, dude, I just go in there and try to do my thing and be as present as possible. And I was lucky enough to be a part of this, do this thing, and memorizing lines wasn't as hard as I thought it was.
Yeah.
Dude, when you're on set and you do a table read and you read the script a couple times, I felt. It was, and dude, these fucking Lifetime films, especially on these low budget,
that's a big deal.
You get two takes, dude.
Is that a big deal?
And
I don't know how that works. Is that a big deal?
You should you should talk to your brother about it. He's probably got like 40 takes for some things like that. Yeah. Dude, on these.
So that's not a lot. You have to nail it.
Dude, there was a time. This was the most intense scene in the movie, where this crazy fucking dancing scene where I'm with this woman, I'm screaming in her face, going crazy. 'Cause I play a fucking killer psychopath in the movie, and she's like, the producer comes out, he's like, all right. We're shutting down at 10. It's 9:56. You better get this now. It's like the second take, and I fucked up my lines twice.
Oh my goodness.
And like, all right, Tanner, this is you. If you don't get this, the movie's kaput.
So that's a lot of pressure because you.
Dude, then you just go to tunnel vision wrestling mode.
Oh man, so you have to zone out.
Zoned out, and hopefully, it's Lifetime films are what Lifetime films are, but hopefully that there's some. This one feels a little bit more grounded.
Oh, dude, that's a big deal. I mean, how did your parents respond to this news of you booking this
stoked.
big thing?
Dude, they're super stoked. All my homies back home, all my buddies at Pitt, had like viewing parties and we're watching it. It was hilarious. All like fucking mocking me with these cheesy lines and shit, like posting.
They loved it.
Oh, dude, just roasting me, but they loved it. They're supportive. Yeah. And I think it's cool, like they see like.
That's a big deal, man.
Yeah. It was tight. Have you ever had any moments like that where people back home see you doing something, they're like, damn.
Well, I've only really done commercials.
But dude, they see you on live TV, they take a fucking picture of you and be like,
yeah, I did a taco.
Steve, I just saw you on.
Ooh, fajitas. They'll do the fajitas line.
Yeah. Fajitas line. The token
Ooh,
fajitas.
fajitas.
Yeah. Was it just like that?
Yeah, I had
Was
to
that
cross
the
the street
cadence?
downtown LA.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Probably made some fucking change on that one.
Yeah,
huh?
I mean, it got to a point where I shouldn't have gave up, but okay,
Did you ever
I'll
think
be
about
honest.
acting
I
full-time?
I was only in the commercial game. I was up for a Verizon. This was what do they what's the thing where it's more than one commercial? A campaign.
Oh,
It was a Christmas.
Steve.
It was a Christmas Carol campaign one. So it had like several commercials.
yeah.
I made it to the last thing. This other kid, me and him at the end, in the room. You know how those rooms are. You're in
Cold.
the room. You have the producer, whatever,
Yeah.
the director, whatever,
Yeah.
and they go, Steven, can you step aside and have so you know? So I was literally.
And how many rounds in was this?
This was 5 rounds. Like this was the
When
very
you're 5
last.
rounds in, you're like, I'm getting this.
No,
shit.
but this is what happened.
Where do you think you were gonna get it?
No, this is what happened though. In my mind, I knew I wasn't because the whole time, everything that
Was it
kid
another
did,
Asian
they were
kid?
laughing. Yeah, it was another Asian kid. Same haircut.
No,
yeah, the same.
not the
He looked
part.
like me. He looked like me.
Isn't it weird when
Yeah,
you go
and then,
in there?
and then
It's like
they
you're
go,
stra-
and they're like, Brian, good job, buddy. Hey, can you try doing it like this?
Yeah. And Steve, can you step up next, please?
Steve, back.
Yeah,
Keep
Steve.
it,
4
to the
strides
side.
backwards. Yeah.
Steve, stay to the side.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
Steven!
Brian,
Yeah, they start
you're doing
reprimanding
great,
you.
Brian. You do it this way. Sing it, And there was one moment when I knew because I was in denial.
Yeah.
God, maybe if I get one more shot, I think I could beat him out. I think I could do it. But
What were you just saying?
No,
What
but-
was the line? Was it? You
I
remember?
don't know. It was
Come
some
on,
Christmas
Steve.
caroling, some singing and
Yeah.
improvise. I don't know what it was. Dumb.
Yeah.
I didn't. He was actually doing a way better job than I was.
So she says, the truth is you watch yourself getting like literally pushed to the
better
side,
job than I
the
was.
hood slowly coming on,
Yeah.
and in your head you're like,
No.
he's doing better than me.
But just imagine my face turning red and just eyes crossed, like, and I'm just panicking.
Oh.
And there comes the moment where they go, Steven, you could actually wait outside the room.
They push you. They're like, can you just step back a little more?
Yeah.
Look back. Actually, just right through that fucking
And
door right
yeah,
there.
so I'm hearing the laughter outside. the
No,
room.
it's permanent. It's
And
going
I'm
through-
sweating, and I'm like trying to, and then I was still not accepting of it. I'm like,
I'm still gonna get this. Oh no, Steve, the false confidence. Boy, have I been there, dude.
and they didn't even tell me to. I had to just figure it out on my own.
You're just like,
The guy was in there for so long. I just ended up just standing there. You know where
Oh my God, you just end
like
up-
the next
you
group
just end
of
up
kids
just getting
for
up and
something else,
going?
The next group of kids were lined up, and I'm still there, just
they
smiling.
never even brought you in.
No,
Steve.
I
they
had to
never
figure.
even-
I just had to just.
Imagine being that, but imagine being that guy. How good it felt to like not even see your competition. He doesn't get a chance, dude. Steve,
But, no,
you just
that's
had to
not the
slowly just
worst
be like
part.
realize as like all the white like it was like there's no more Asian kids here
Oh
anymore.
no!
It's
no,
like the now it's like the
no,
different
it's a
audition. You're just like
this one's for Toyota. This is a
You
whole
see, like,
different.
you see
This is
the
a
new
whole
passenger.
different commercial that these other kids are for. But the painful thing was they aired the crap out of
oh, he probably made so much
it.
money.
He made bank.
Dude.
He made
But
bank.
now they don't do that with commercials anymore. They
I
do
know,
buyouts.
but back then he made bank. I know he did.
know he
I
did.
know he made
He's
like
living-
$50,000.
Dude,
It was a campaign,
Dude,
dude.
that's big money.
They played it all the freaking time where they knock, hey, and then he's wearing a red Christmas
Yeah.
sweater doing the
Yeah.
jingle. I'm
you ever
just
think about getting back into commercials?
no. I mean that was the last straw. I mean I booked
That
in
one
a-
hurt.
I-
That one hurt too
That
fucking
one.
bad.
That one hurt.
That was
personal.
fuck this shit
That
on
was personal.
podcasting, man.
It got to a point. Oh, I
that
know.
was personal.
It got to a point where I'm like, fuck. I put too much investment in it.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, this goes to show, you can't live in the expectations. You got to do it and leave, and then stay out of it, right?
Dude, that's what I try to do. But
you
now
know what
I
I'm
do
saying?
This,
Same thing with wrestling in
it's like
life.
anything. Dude, when you lose, let that shit go. And it's always like you got to be real focused, very present, and when it's gone, and pretend like you're on just the
It's
next
done.
thing.
It's done.
Dude, but that's so much harder than easier said than done, bro.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
had this. Do we have time? Are we
We got a couple more stories. We
Okay.
can do. Yeah.
I
The hour flew by the way. I mean, that flew by.
dude, wrestling talk just gets us going. What am I talking about? We got to get together when
Shout out to
wrestling
Nick
comes back.
Piccinini again.
Shout out Nick Piccinini.
Shout out to Mickey
Dude, Nick's gonna love
Philippi.
that. You know, now he's going full time fighting down at AKA. He's
Good for
training at
Nick.
AKA, yeah. And now he trains at
He's got
Gilroy.
a good base.
Dude, he would love to come be
He would
here.
do it.
He would 100% come on the podcast.
I'd wear the Okie step. I'm a fan of John Smith.
Dude, I'm a fan. He could tell you some crazy stories about John Smith. I heard a story from John. I heard this little story about John Smith.
Imagine that guy being your coach. Imagine John Smith being your damn coach.
Dude, I heard the story about... Good. You want to hear a story about John Smith that I heard?
It's not his low single leg?
That's an infamous story.
His low single.
That's not even a story. That's a tale.
Well, his
as
low
old
single.
as time. The best. He invented it.
I know.
Yeah. You use a low single?
So we learned it from him.
Yeah.
Because during high school we did a tournament.
The forearm on the mat, the head and the knee.
Yeah, we did a tournament, and we were there the night before at their campus. Mm-hmm. It was some kind of national, dual tournament.
Oh, at Oklahoma State.
Yeah, it was a dark, and then we're like, no one's here. We had to weigh in. We want to check our weight, and we were let in, and he was there drilling with his.
He still wrestles, dude.
He was drilling. John Smith was drilling with his brother. And just sweat.
What's his name? Pat Smith.
Yeah, I don't know, but they were there in a dark wrestling room, and my coach, he was about to bust a nut. He was just like, oh my,
John Smith.
Yeah,
no, I hear that.
So.
I've had some moments like that, but I heard this story about John Smith. So this other story about someone getting on the scale, and when someone's not on weight, and you step on the scale, John Smith just fucking bank, knocks your block off. If you step on the scale. Dude, you step on scale and you're like 5 pounds overweight day before weigh-ins, and you just did something real immature. Dude, he smacks the shit. This is old. Dude, he's a good old boy. He's an Oklahoma man, dude. He'll fucking smack the shit out of you. And I didn't. I've never met him firsthand.
That's a lineage of toughness right there.
That's a bad man. Dude, a family. His brother was a 4-time national champ, Pat Smith.
Yeah.
That's a family, dude.
I mean,
and then his nephew is on the team.
His son wrestles.
That's what son's on the team. Yeah, son. Pat. Is that son?
Pat Smith, right?
Yeah, I think so. He's on the team.
Was
Good
it
wrestler.
Pat?
Let's just call him Pat for now.
Okay, it was his son wrestled.
Yeah. Where were we before? We were talking about auditions, weren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I have an audition story with my fucking brother. So I moved out here. I was doing that influencer thing when I was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
And I had some auditions. I wasn't really taking acting seriously. I was just kind of just floating, being a 16-year-old dude. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I was just surfing a lot, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Trying to get babes, and I go to this audition for the show, and I got the sides fucking the day before, and I couldn't get off page to save my life. And I got in there, and they're like, all right, Tanner, listen here. You are the guy. They sit me down we wrote this role. We made the show literally because we saw you, and we were like, this guy is perfect. I go in there. I literally am looking at it fucking I can't believe you did that to Cindy, dude, stuttering. And my brother's my brother was my ride at the point because he was kind of helping me around, just giving me rides around to do my shit because he was living out here too. And he gives me a ride. And me and my brother have this very tumultuous relationship where we get
Is he older?
Yeah, he's 5 years older than me, and we get in crazy fist fights all the time still. It's we're just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But he I leave it, and I'm literally shitting my pants. They're we really... Okay, literally, all they need me to do is say the fucking lines. I went in there literally, knees shaking, not being able to look up from the fucking sides, and just having just a full-blown panic attack, and literally forgot everything I learned in my seminar to acting class when I was 15. And I left, and me and my brother's like, dude, and my brother doesn't pull punches. Dude, what the fuck were you thinking? And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up, dude. We can't go into this right now.
He knew you blew it?
Oh, he knew I blew it. And he's one of those guys that watches a lot of movies, so he knows acting. And he was like, dude, you fucking blew. You should have done it like this, man. I'm like, that, Frank, let's just drop it. Later in the night, we're I don't know, we have a couple beers or something. 16-year-old having beers. Yeah, we're having a couple beers or something. He's and we get in a fight, and we start you've a brother, obviously. You guys get physical and go crazy.
We used to.
So
I pulled knives the whole time.
Oh yeah, me and my brother got in a fist fight probably 6 months ago, and we're both in our 20s, still fighting.
Yeah, well, that's fairly,
he was a wrestler too, and he's a hard-nosed guy too, so we just go after it. And he fucking just looks at me, he goes, dude, I heard you in that audition, you'll never make... He's just one of those people that'll just say the most hurtful thing you could ever hear, because you're like, fuck you, Frank. He's like, I heard you in that audition, you were fucking embarrassing. They want... You were the guy... Oh my God. He's like, you suck at acting, you're fucking useless. And I just literally...
Did you snap at him?
I just went fucking berserk.
You saw black?
Saw black.
You blacked out?
Blacked out.
You did double leg?
Big double leg. One time we got in a fight in Santa Monica. My brother got socked in the face by some dude, And same year when I was out here, and double leg. I remember apparently I blacked out. He like my brother's like they're in this fight and they're all drunk. He's like, punch me, motherfucker. His little like Armenian guy's like, you're testing me, bro. You're testing me, bro. And then he's like, you fucking punch me, motherfucker. And he gets socked. And then I just went, it's over. And I just like picked him up with a double leg. And
did you slam him?
He hit his head really, really hard.
You slammed him. That was a Pittsburgh double.
The Pittsburgh double. The Steel City.
Did a pit double on him.
Dude,
wow.
But yeah, there's been a lot of moments. You ever had to use your wrestling in a fight?
No, I had to do it to defend myself, though. I was getting jumped at a kegger party at Arizona.
No, and you just fucking went straight.
I had to like arm drag and get out of the. I was in a wolf pack.
Were you fighting back?
No, I was just doing it just to
make my great escape. The great escape.
Yeah, the great escape.
Arm dragging past everybody out the door.
Yeah, I've told that story a lot. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I was just getting into bad shit. Stealing drugs, going to parties.
Shit. Yeah.
And I ended up getting jumped at a party, and they're like, "We know you're the kid that
stole our fucking
and,
coke, dude."
And then I was stuck in a room at this apartment, at this house or whatever, and then they're like, "Let's take it outside," and then I got hit.
Dude, I got socked in the ear.
In the back of your head. You get hit in the back. I got hit in the back of the head. Yeah, and then I saw stars. Yeah. And then and I got surrounded by the wolf pack, and then it was like a scene in a movie. Yeah. It was like the guy that we ripped off ended up being there, and he made his entrance into the circle. Like, remember me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You remember
and
me?
And he had the Grateful Dead, the long.
No.
Remember me? And then all of his crew, and I'm just like, well, and my backup, guess what?
Who?
0. They all left. They all left.
That was my buddy Ron.
Because I was in the room getting
the shit
because I thought they were upstairs to smoke a blunt.
It's hard to defend your buddy when he's still.
And they had the 3-4 dudes they had me posted pinned up.
You're a little guy at this
point. I'm a little
like 100 pounds.
And then I'm looking at the guy. I went there. I'm like looking at him. And he's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know you.
Oh.
Yeah. I know, I was alone. I'm like, oh, I have no backup.
Yeah. That's a hard place to be.
And so you asked me, did I use my wrestling in a way, but not the way you thought?
Dude, I got socked in the back of the head. Similar situation.
Yeah,
my buddy.
Boom. Dude, and I'm just like, oh.
My buddy was like, got jumped by these guys and then saw him. I came to one of our parties and there was a bunch of these guys from the town over that were like, there was somehow this beef between these two towns. And he got jumped by, these guys this night before because someone was like, I fucked your sister. He's like, what'd you say, motherfucker? And then like 30 of them jumped him.
Yeah.
And he had to go to the hospital for his hands because he fell in the concrete. It was terrible. And then we saw the guy like 3 weeks later at our party. And he walks up to this guy and he's like, well, it's a long walk because the cops busted. We had this long walk back to all our cars. And he's like, dude, I'm going to do it. And he's like, Tanner, you have to be my backup. It's a Mattatuck party, which is our hometown. Yeah. They're going to back us up. Everyone's going to back me up. I have to do it or I'm going to be a bitch forever. I got to do it. Yeah. I'm like, Ryan, don't do it. And he's like, I got to do it. It's a different story
when things go down.
Oh, and it's weird. We're walking behind these guys for 5 minutes before he actually goes, hey, blah, blah, blah. Get the fuck over here. And he goes, then it's like this little white kid. What? He's like, dude, you know what you did? You fucking jumped me, motherfucker. He says, I didn't do that. And he's just, yeah, you did. And then you just see the kid's confidence slowly rise as all his buddies start backing him up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, their whole fucking town was at our party. They probably had 15 guys just back him up. And then slowly the kid's like, yeah, motherfucker, I did fuck your sister, and I said that shit. What are you gonna do about it, bro? And then he's like, and then Ryan's just like, you can just see him like, and it's just me and him, and like I had that moment with all the guys, all these like fucking small town kids, like not very hard. I just make the eye contact, like, you guys gonna help? And they're just like, see them slowly backing away.
They want to spectate.
They're like, I remember there's a video of the fight from someone's car, and then you hear someone back, should I go out and help? And someone's like, no, stay in the car. And like it's like all of our friends.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't hate it for it, but stay in the car, don't do it, don't go out. And like literally, and he just goes. You can see that on his head. He was like, he's confronted by this kid. It's just me, him, probably 2 of our friends, and like 20 of those guys. And he's like, when am I gonna back down again in front of this little kid punking me in front of all his homies? He's like, all right. You just literally see his head like 1, 2, 3. Just threw a haymaker right to this kid's face, and then he just got swarmed. Literally, never seen a swarm of people swarm on one person, and I just went full survival. Just like, kick you, punch it. Dude, his nose is broken. It was terrible.
Circle, they'll kick you.
Terrible.
They'll trap you.
And it was all on video too, and then I just started going full wrestling where I had to start grabbing people. Mat return. Get off him. I'm trying not to throw punches, and then one kid just fucking. I picked him a double leg slam on his back. I hit him once, and then some kid you see it in the video, just rocks up, hits me right in the ear, and just bing, and like the next day I had to take a flight, and I remember I went like this, but when I woke up in the morning, I was like, and it just went.
Oh, fizzed out.
No, you know when you blow into your nose, you can pop your eardrums.
No.
Instead of like that, you could have done it for all day. We just felt the air coming out of your ears, like you popped your eardrum, and it was fucking gnarly. But it was so funny. Like he's like the kid, like slowly, he's like, oh, "What? I didn't say that." You see all his buddies back in. He's just slowly, just like, "Yeah, I said it, motherfucker. What are you gonna do about it?" And he's like, "Oh man, what am I gonna do about it?"
Movie.
It was a movie, similar to yours. When the little kid comes in.
Yeah. Hey, remember me?
You remember me? That's fucking hilarious.
All right, man. That was great.
Dude. Hell yeah, man. I had a great time.
I didn't want to. Can we plug all your stuff? Like,
yeah, dude.
What's your Instagram?
Tanner Zagarino. I think Twitter's Tanner Zagarino. The movie's called Pool Boy Nightmare. Me and my buddy.
Pool Boy
Nightmare.
Okay.
It's a Lifetime film.
Lifetime film.
You guys are gonna love it.
Please tune in and watch my man do his thing. Give it a watch.
Yeah. It's a lot. You know what you're getting with those type of flicks. But yeah. Hopefully this one's a little more grounded and you like me. Okay. Go for me. Come for me. Yeah. And the movie, but come for me.
Do I need more influencers on here?
Dude, don't think of me as an influencer. Don't you ever say that again, Steve.
No.
Steve, I don't know. You talked about the Pittsburgh double and it may be coming your way real quick.
I didn't mean it like that, but like, do you think... You know what? Man, no, I'll just keep doing my thing.
Bro, you have real cool content, and I dig what you do.
Thank you.
And I'm a fan. I was a fan first and listened to you, and I just reached out to you first.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Once you started talking about pit wrestling and Philip, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I knew we had a common ground. That's why I reached out.
I could talk to this guy. Yeah.
And, dude, that's not really, like, once again, like, I kind of, like, tried my best to get away from that culture of it, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, now I'm just taking acting full time and auditioning and, like, just living, working for the man. No, I'm just kidding. Just like working.
So what's in the future as far as future projects? Like what future
project is this? That's COVID, man, really put some halts on some things that were going.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
We just shot this short film about 3 weeks ago. I just saw the final cut of it. It's
what's it called?
It's called Vinny Mancuso's Rules for Good Business, and I play Vinny Mancuso here.
Yeah,
and it's like a skit short film that me and my buddy Spartan he came up with the story. We co-wrote it. Mm-hmm. Dude, super. It's gonna.
Where can people watch that?
It's not released yet, but I'll be posting on my social media about it very soon, and we'll be.
You got to come back, man. You got to come back.
Yeah, I'd love to, and I'll connect you with some wrestlers.
That's the thing. Let me rephrase. How do I get more wrestlers?
Yeah, dude, that's what's up. And isn't it funny?
I want to get Filippi. I want to get Piccinini.
Dude, they'll come out here for a camp, and I'll have them come on the podcast.
It doesn't matter. It could be junior college. I don't care.
Dude, I would love. Yeah, dude, I would. I could get you connected with anybody, dude. They would love to.
MMA fighters, man.
You have a lot of MMA fighters on here.
How many? I had Josh. Coke. Who's the other? Jesse.
Jesse. Yeah. Who else?
You ready for the fights this weekend?
Who's on it?
Dude, Costa.
Adesanya.
Oh my God, that's gonna be crazy.
Adesanya. I love Israel. He's a tough guy, huh? I mean, has he lost?
I love when you talk like that. I love it's like
he hasn't lost.
He is very tough.
He is very
He's very tough.
Lost.
He's never lost. Neither is Costa.
You know who my man Justin Gaethje though.
You think he could be? Khabib?
I think.
You think he could be Khabib? Yeah. But dude, Khabib's so good at wrestling.
I don't care. I mean, Justin wrestled too. Division 1.
I know people
Division 1.
But I know stories.
On, dude,
he's D1 2-time All-American, or maybe 1-time All-American. But I know he's a beast. I got recruited to that score.
If Justin could keep it on his feet,
the leg kicks is what he says is going to do it. He says I'm going to leg kick him.
If Justin leg kicks Khabib's, and Khabib doesn't take him down with his Russian wrestling, I think he has a shot.
But the thing is
right.
I think you think so too.
I think he does. He's a tough.
No. He has the best chance out of anybody.
He's tough, dude.
He's got crazy hands, and what he did to Tony Ferguson really showed that guy could beat fucking anyone.
He's no joke.
No joke. But
Gaethje, dude.
I fucking love Gaethje. You gotta get Gaethje on the podcast, dude.
Oh, I'd love to have.
You gotta reach out. That would be so tight, dude.
How do we get Gaethje?
Dude, I'd love to link you up with Nick Piccinini and those guys.
I don't have the connection.
Yeah. Oh, and also a good friend of mine. Shout out Gregor Gillespie. He's a good friend of mine in the UFC.
I just have fear of John Smith sitting right here.
Yeah.
You tell me that story. Yes.
Oh my God, he's a gnarly dude.
Yeah, no coaches.
Oh, dude,
no coaches are allowed.
Some stories.
No coaches allowed here. No coaches.
Well,
no coaches. Let's wrap it up. No coaches.
No coaches.
I'll have Cormier. That's the exception.
You'd be great.
I'll have Daniel Cormier, but no other coaches.
Yeah.
I'll have the Gilroy
coaches. Are scary.
They're scary.
Yeah, Gilroy coaches would be great.
Yeah, I'll have the Gilroy. Maybe the St. John's. I don't know. We'll talk about it later.
We'll converse.
Yeah.
All my people will be in touch with
Yeah.
your people.
There's too much respect involved. Like I still, there's a fear in that.
Yeah, even as a grown man.
Not making weight. Wow.
Not making weight.
All right, so that's our episode. That's longer, way past an hour, huh?
We have about 10 minutes over.
All right, dude, that's
This
really
dude
good.
also
Really
my first
good.
podcast
really,
ever.
Really good. You did great.
I don't know what good
flew
is.
by.
Dude, yeah. Well, we have a lot in common too.
A lot. It just
we're pals.
yeah.
We just become
I
best
loved it. Loved
Hell
it.
yeah.
Loved it. I would love to go to Pittsburgh. I want to go to the tournament.
Dude, we should
one
go to
day.
NCAAs.
Yeah,
we
I
should
want
set
to
up
go.
a,
I'll
if
pay
there's any
the
wrestling
fee.
matches, we should get
I would
together
like.
and
I
watch
loved
it
it.
together.
I would love it. I would love it.
Yeah.
I would see even the blood round. Those were the best matches.
Dude, yeah.
Because they fight. They're fighting for
Your life, dude, and the rest of your life. You say you're all American or not? Crazy.
I love that. I love that.
I love wrestling.
We'll talk
We
more.
love
I mean,
wrestling.
I could have talked 3 hours long. I
Yeah.
mean, I could have just gone.
Dude, when wrestling comes on, let's get together and let's find a way to watch it.
I would love it. I
That'd be
would love it.
tight.
I'm a fan. But with me, I'm obsessive because I'll watch a match over and over.
Watch the technique and stuff.
Yeah, I've watched the Sebastian Rivera, Spencer Lee
you
matches.
love him, huh? You're a big dude. So,
I'm
shout out Seabass.
I'm a big Seabass.
You love that guy.
You know,
He's
he's
a-
at Rutgers now.
Yes, he's gonna be amazing at Rutgers, dude.
Okay, I'm sorry. We didn't.
We gotta go,
We
we
could
gotta
talk
go.
3 hours.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, sorry.
So we have a Patreon attached to the show. If you want to help support the platform, go to patreon.com/Steebee Weebee. The website SteebeeWeebieShow.com. The newest patrons are Justice Varon, Mel.K, and John Rehill. Still editing the music video, The Pod in Which We Travel. Just bear with us. Working on a new Gene Wilder concept album, Stir Crazy concept albums. I'm in 3 songs in deep. My Instagram's Instagram/QUANGOU. SteebieWeebieBandcamp.com is where all the music's at. We have a P.O. Box series. If you want to send your packages or letters to 1425 North Cherokee Avenue, P.O. Box 1391. LA, California 90093. It was a pleasure, my man.
Dude, hell yeah.
The best of luck to you.
Great to be here.
Hell yeah.